Okay. Oop. I need to get out of this.
Okay. I create a faction real quick. There we go. Under the faction tab, you should see one there.
Alright. Check real quick. There it is. I will join. Alright.
Yay! Now let's make everything that we're attached to. Oh no, it's all me and share with all anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Sweet.
But yeah, over here is the example I built for how timer blocks work.
So yeah, I was reading today about the programming blocks that they added.
Yes, they added so you can use C# to program your own scripts.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I've seen autopilot so far, auto-sorting, cargo containers, automatic doors, that sort of thing. It's been pretty crazy.
So that's definitely the automation that we were talking about earlier that the game didn't have.
Yes, exactly. Now, what is nice about it, too, is they have limited it somewhat, so it's not totally unfair to non-players, or to players who aren't familiar with programming, because you have to program it yourself. So you can use timer blocks to do pretty much everything you can do with programming anyway. As well, people can upload their scripts to the workshop, and you can copy and paste them into your ships. So if you want to use them, you still can.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that idea.
So, are we broadcasting yet?
Yeah, I'm just recording a video. I'm not going Twitch tonight because it's been acting weird lately.
Oh, okay. Well, this is what I set up to show you how timer blocks can work. So if you go in here into any one of these and hit K, you'll see, and look at the setup actions for them, you'll see they have things that are assigned to them.
Let's see. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, and if you notice, they all have a time set of how long it takes them to do something, and when they are triggered, they'll count down and then do whatever their actions are. And a lot of these start the next timer block's timer, as well as do whatever action I wanted them to. So this one basically just turns this piston and locks and unlocks that landing gear.
Oh, cool.
And it starts the cycle over. So let's just trigger this one now. See, this one over here is blinking while that one's moving. That turned it and locked it, and then this one turns and unlocks it. Now this one's blinking because it's about to do its action, which is reverse that piston.
Oh.
And now this one's blinking because its next action is to lock that landing gear. And then it starts this one, which unlocks the landing gear, and then restarts this block here.
Okay.
So, working that system, you can set up a nice little automated foundry. This is a very simple explanation, but it's one way you can do it in-game without having to worry about knowing how to do C#, which is not something I know how to do.
Yeah, I'm not knowledgeable in that whatsoever.
But I also like that you can build a console and add someone else's programming to it, so
Yeah.
someone else can do all the hard work for you.
And honestly, I feel like if somebody was interested in learning C#, that'd be a good way to get a kind of a quick grasp on it, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that's a really fun way to learn how to program in C#. Another thing is they have added exploration, which means you can now load infinite worlds, and since asteroids now are progressive and they have a seed, they do not take up processor power to be in the world.
Oh,
If
that's
you get
cool.
Yeah, if you get near them, they load in, and if you move away, they load out, and the LOD changes as well. So now you can have infinite worlds without problems. And in exploration, you are going to run into player-created ships. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And they actually came clear and said infinite world is not actually infinite. But if you started from the middle and tried to get to any of the side, or actually if you start from one side and try to get to the boundary of the other side, at max speed this game allows you, it would take you around 535 uninterrupted years.
Wow, that's pretty intense.
Yeah, so, I mean, none of us will be alive long enough to see anybody do that.
No. That kind of makes me wonder if it will open up kind of an area where they could do faster than light travel later in the game.
Yeah, that could be fun, or like portals.
That'd be neat, yeah. I like that idea.
Now, the one thing they have said is they cap the speed because otherwise the game comes a little unstable at any faster.
Yeah, understandable.
So this here is the platform we're going to use. As you can see, if you look around, it's just a box with a refinery and some reactors and some cargo containers in here. Nothing too special. And if you also notice, your energy level's been going down this whole time.
Yeah, I had to. Once I got into the driver's seat thing over here, then it put my energy back up.
Yeah, so in survival there are several ways to recharge. One of them, you can come to any medical room and hit T when you're looking at the console, and that'll charge your suit up.
It's also giving me back the health I lost from falling.
Yes, it does. Yeah, you have to worry about fall damage too. On top of that, let's see. Anytime you have a medical room, that's a place you want to respawn, because if you don't respawn at a medical room, anything you've built that you own, you lose ownership of. So yeah, we have tons of refineries and assemblers here. And if you go into any of them, you'll see there are different inventories in there.
Okay.
And of course, you have the search bar there to search for things. So say you want iron, you'll find it there. And if you notice, we have plenty of iron. We have about 10,000 iron right now.
All right.
And a ton of components here in Connector 13.
Yeah.
And you can search, by the way, by either item or by the container name as well.
Okay. Now, is the reason... Never mind. I figured it out on my own.
Oh, okay. So, today, you're going to build your first survival ship.
Whee!
So, this little platform... Let's see here. Yeah, I've got 2 platforms up here that are empty for you to work on. Now, if you want, you can also build up here. That's kind of what this little platform is for.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you can put your little landing gear down here and start building from there. Now remember, you're going to be very restricted in what you can and cannot do without the proper supplies. So one of the major things you're going to need to begin building the frame is steel plates.
Okay.
And everything's piped together in here, so don't worry about not being able to find something. Now, while you're doing that, just to be safe, I'm going to go ahead and get this miner over here running. Okay. That miner is up and running. I thought I had programmed this already. Nope, it's still locked. Got a question over there?
Yeah, I've got to get all the components to build a landing gear.
No. Now, to build something to completion, you do have to have all the components. But to place its frame, you only need the starting component. So if you hit G
Uh-huh.
and go to New Small Ship,
Okay.
you'll see it'll give you an outline of your landing gear.
Yeah.
And if you force it against the top of this thing, you'll see an outline.
Yeah.
Now, if you try and place it, it'll give you an error message saying you need construction component to build landing gear.
Yes.
So to place the first landing gear, you need at least one construction component in your inventory.
Oh.
Now, let me go ahead and get the seed over here.
See, I put steel plates in my inventory, but it's not showing up when I'm outside of the terminal view.
What, you mean like when you're just in the world?
Yeah.
Like if you hit K, when you're not selecting a container, you should see them there in your inventory next to your welder, grinder, and
Yeah, I see them there.
that's where they're supposed to be. They don't actually like show up on your screen.
Oh, okay. You don't have to have them there. I see.
No, you just have to have them in your inventory, and then you can place the landing gear there.
So which
And-
components should I be getting out of here to start?
I would grab at least, let me see here. To start out, I would grab at least 100 steel plates.
Okay.
At least 100 interior plates. And all the construction components you can, and at least 100 construction components. Now they're spread around a little bit because I did want to make you work a little. Now you also may notice something, that there isn't 100 construction components in there.
Yeah, that's what
Well, in a survival situation, you're not always going to have the parts. You either need to build them or salvage them. So this station is something you could salvage from. So for instance, this cargo container over here,
Give me a second. Huh. I'm not able to drag things onto my bar anymore. Or into my inventory. Oh, it's because my volume is 399 out of 400.
yes, that's another thing about survival, is we're in standard survival, which means you only have a cargo capacity of 400 liters on your engineer.
Oh, weird.
See, that's why I have all these cargo containers readily available.
Absolutely.
Now, if you need more construction components, we're either going to have to build them, or you're going to have to find something you can grind down to get them.
Okay. Well. I guess that we'll have to do that then. So
Well,
what?
then, I would recommend grinding down one of these cargo containers on the roof, because they've got 40 construction components each. Now, one thing you do want to check is make sure there isn't anything in that cargo container before you start grinding, because otherwise it'll kind of explode out around you and may kill you.
Yep, there's stuff in there, it looks like. Well, actually, never
If it's
mind.
the-
I'm able to
when
see
you-
the components in it.
If it's the first inventory listed, you know how it has a list of different
Yeah,
inventories it's connected to? The first one on the list is the one you're connected to right now. Now also watch your inventory. If it's red or if it says 400, you can't actually grab anything there. So you're going to have to either put them back in a cargo container or you're going to have to use them.
Okay. I'm just doing a small ship, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Which requires the least number of components. That's so weird. Do I not own that? That's why it's not letting me do it? Now, when we do our survival, when we actually start running a survival together in earnest, not outside of training,
Yeah.
I'm going to increase our cargo capacity to times 10.
Okay.
You see, you didn't have enough inventory clear, so they fell on top of the container below it.
Yep.
This thing has a fuel time right now of infinite because of its solar panels.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's why I really recommend having a lot of solar panels. Okay, now I can... No, I can't. What the heck is going on? For whatever reason, my sensors cannot see my miner, which means I can't control her.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm dumb. I see what I did. I shut off its remote control.
So what is the purpose of this ship that I'm building specifically?
Well, number one in space engineers, especially in survival, the very first thing you always want to build, in my opinion, is a miner. Once you have a working base with a medical room, miner is number one because you can't do anything in this game without resources.
Okay.
There we go. I've got Frank up and running.
Oh, weird.
Hmm.
Some of the blocks are like partially constructed.
Yes, it's because you haven't finished welding them together yet. If you bring out your welder,
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
and start welding them together. Now you can build whatever you want. I always build a miner first, but if you look above you,
Got one
there's
already?
a miner already here. So he's going to go off and do his thing. Because this guy, you know, we're just doing a test today.
Yeah, absolutely.
So honestly, I would build whatever whatever you want to build first. The first thing I ever built was a fighter, and then I tried to go take out a cargo ship that completely kicked my ass. All right, we got Hank over there drilling away into that asteroid. Now, what's also nice is I can come along and I can help you weld together your stuff.
Yeah, I like that prospect.
Now, of course, you also, have to build whatever method that is you're comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
The way I'm comfortable is I always build the internal network, the innards of the ship first, and then I put an armor shell around it.
I see.
So, for instance, have you decided what you want to do with this guy?
We'll do a miner just for the hell of it.
Okay. So, you're going to want to decide, is it going to be a surface miner? Is it going to be a tunneler? How do you want it to work?
Surface is what I'm going for.
Okay, that's great, because then you don't have to worry about the drills being bigger than the ship itself. Because on a tunneler, of course, the drill network has to be bigger than the ship, otherwise it's just not going to work.
Okay.
And I'm looking over... Frank, what are you doing? Are you done? Is your timer over? It's not. Frank, why aren't you moving? I sent Frank after a freaking thing with the... Okay. That's Frank over there clicking.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, that's his sensors detecting the asteroid and not detecting the asteroid. Let me see, did I set this up incorrectly?
Okay, so... Tiny drill.
Yeah, the hole was just big enough to deactivate his forward thrusters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but not activate his turning gyroscope. There we go, now he's back to work. Drill me some more. Ooh, I found uranium. Oh, they also recently updated how the drills work, the hand drills and the bigger drills.
Yeah.
So they make more uniform holes and they're easier to work with.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I'm coming back in. See how we're doing. Okay. Running out of parts?
Yep.
Okay. Then I'm going to bring over our other miner. And let you disassemble him. And use him for parts. bringing Henry over. Well, that's not what I expected to happen. It's always interesting being on a server because that's the one thing they really haven't done a good job of fixing yet. There we go. Now he's moving and I'm not. So Henry here should have all the parts you need to build your miner on him. So we can just grind him down and use his parts. Behind you.
Right.
Ow, that hurts!
Don't make me feel bad about this.
Now, one thing you also want to do is check his inventory. Make sure before you grind something off of him that you have all the parts out of it.
Okay.
So on these, ooh, nice pattern. On these drills, oh, you're doing the super tiny drills.
Yeah.
I haven't used those yet, so this will be interesting.
We're gonna check them out.
What's nice about those is they have more doors on them, so you can connect them however you want with the conveyor system.
Yeah, I hadn't seen them before, so I was like, fuck it, I'll give it a try.
Those are actually a mod.
Oh, okay, cool.
They're identical to the large ship version of the drills, just smaller. And obviously they take up less space. It looks like Frank is still doing a run over there. I hope he hasn't run out of cargo space. I'm going to log into Frank here and check his inventory. Most of them look full. Oh yeah, he needs to stop doing what he's doing and come back. Stop.
Stop. Don't do it.
Back yourself up out of this hole. Good lord, how deep are you?
You're setting yourself up for some jokes here.
Yeah, I know if Vanessa was there, she'd probably already be saying them.
Yep, she took the night off.
Okay. Whoa. Oh, I was like, am I damaged? Nope, I just didn't turn off that gyroscope. Okay, I'm bringing a load in. Yeah, once we get into the actual survival with a ship that we've got to put back together, it should be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be a cool proof of concept.
Oh god, I can't tell which camera is this. Since I just put this together for an example map, I didn't label my cameras. Oh, thank God. I figured it out. Oops. No, the world did. You're not crazy. The world did just move a little bit.
Yeah, that
because
was strange.
I forgot to get out of the seat before I hit forward, which moved the platform. Because this is not a station. This is a ship. And would you like some extra light?
Sure. Alright, the drills have been completed.
How about like that? Make it a little more intense.
So now
There we go. Let there be light. It's amazing how old this map is now, actually. Made this over a month ago now.
Yeah, I know, it took forever to get back together and do this thing.
But what's nice about it is it's kind of a nice point of reference because the game changes so often
Yeah.
that
makes
just coming
sense.
back to something a month old can be surprising. Like, they also added sound blocks now.
Yeah, I did. I read about that a little bit too. That sounds interesting. No pun intended.
Oh, and I discovered a new way to armor up thrusters. Which I'm sure more other people in the game, other people in the game have already figured out. But I'm going to go ahead and do it to this platform over here to show you what because I felt like a dummy once I saw it, that I hadn't already been doing it. Oh, that's embarrassing. Sounds like your energy's low.
Yep. I'm glad it tells you when you're getting critical.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey,
It did always.
it's like we tell you just in time if you're close to something.
Hopefully you're not over on an asteroid or anything.
Yeah, having a limited inventory is definitely hamstringing me here.
Yeah, I know, it's one of the... That's why I always up it to ×10, but as a first introduction, I wanted you to get the experience of what you have to deal with.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But yeah, with a 4,000 liter inventory, it makes it more fun. Giving yourself 3 small reactors. Yep.
Yeah. Yep, I need metal grid.
For the reactors, actually, if you dig into this guy and get to his reactor, which, let me turn on the... Ooh, no, I don't mean to be moving him around. Dang it. No, don't commit suicide. K makes you commit suicide, by the way.
Oh, did not know that. That's good, because sometimes I randomly press buttons in this.
There we go. I just activated a little antenna beacon that shows you where his reactor is.
Oh, interesting. already have a little hole cut there. Oh, no, too far back. Screw it. We're going in.
Now, one thing, even with the increased inventory, it can be hard to have enough on hand to finish things. So I'll often either I'll place all the grids first, and then I'll go get a welder ship that has a larger inventory with all the parts I need in it to finish it off. Or I'll just have a ship near me that has an inventory and keep on going back and forth between it.
Ah, I see.
So, to speed this along, because I do want this to be fun for you, let's bring over Grindy here. Dun da da! Watch your head.
Ah. Forgot that those will kill me now.
Yes, they will. Hand grinders can kill you now too.
It's amazing how even with that grinder, it still takes a decent amount of time to grind away at something.
Yeah, this is also at standard grind speed and weld speed. I didn't up the speeds of anything. And actually, these aren't any faster than hand grinders, they just have a larger range.
That's pretty cool.
Now, someone on the workshop did put out double grinders and double welders that have a 500 times range on them. Now, those are nice. They still don't go any faster, though. But now you can use this guy's inventory. And you should be able to access it from the sides there too.
I totally didn't realize that you can broadcast from Steam now.
Through Twitch or just
No,
Steam
through the
broadcast?
Steam client, I can invite friends to watch a game we're playing if they're online,
Oh,
so they can see if it's something they might like.
that is awesome.
Oh, I'm glad the one thing from all of these sessions that we've done, at least I've gotten down the keys of the game.
Yeah.
Oh. Where do I pull the stuff out of?
The connectors, the circles on the sides.
Yeah, it says access denied.
It does? Oh, okay. That's because for whatever reason, this guy is not shared. Let me go ahead and share him. There we go. He's shared.
Oh, right, there we go. So what do the red and blue lines signify on the building progress?
The red line is the line of operation. If it's below the red line, it cannot work.
Oh.
If it's below the blue line, which not every part has that, only parts that have computers have it, then you've grinded away, or if it's below the blue line, then it's not owned yet. Whoever welds it past the blue line is the owner. Because your computers are in it, that means you have control of it.
Pretty cool. Okay, so I've got my reactors.
One thing I'm looking forward to them updating is the spark effect. The spark effect is still pretty low res.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's there, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not, that worried about it, but it'll be nice when it's updated. By the way, stay warm.
Yeah, seriously, I'll try. I feel like it's easier said than done.
Oh yeah. I'm questioning whether or not I'll be able to make it to work tomorrow, actually.
Oh, really?
Well, it's just because my car had a little trouble starting today.
Yeah.
And today's... It's not an old car or anything, that's some pretty rough cold to go through.
I completely agree with you on that.
I'll also up the weld and grinder speed when we start doing our own survivals.
Okay. That should make things a little bit easier.
Yes, because although this game is fun, most of the fun is not... It is fun to build things that way, but you just don't want to be spending all day just welding and just grinding.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to.
No, I don't really want to either. Alright.
I'm looking forward to when they update the way the grinders look too, because I know they can do circles. And the grinder blades are not circles.
No, they are not. It's like a weird hexagonal false circle.
Now, another thing to note about assemblers. By the way, next time I play this game, every time I say of note or to note, I'm going to probably have to take a shot because I need to stop doing it.
Oh.
I cut her in half.
Never noticed that.
I do when I watch the videos.
That's how I feel about when I do podcasting. It's the same thing. I say absolutely way too much. Okay.
Now, have you noticed the back is now floating away?
Yep. Sure is.
I'm just letting my little drone there sit on autopilot, grinding that thing away. Oh, I need my welder back. So now I'm just running back and forth between the floating pod and us, taking off all the important components, because like steel plates, you can find steel plates anywhere. Although you always need a lot of it, it's the most ubiquitous thing in the game, behind stone. There's such a problem of excess stone that people have built or made C# scripts just to get rid of it automatically for them.
That's actually pretty nifty.
Okay, it's getting a little too far away for me to catch up with, so... Don't worry, I've got other ships we can grind down. Because that's what you do in this game, you steal stuff. And... oh god!
No!
How did that happen?
It didn't sustain any damage.
That's good.
That was wild.
I'm gonna try and catch it with the landing gear. And I missed. Where are you going? Quit moving! Stay here. Stay here. Stay here. Okay, that shouldn't float away too fast, so if we need parts off of it, we can get them. It's coming along. I see you've got 4 small cargo containers,
Yep.
3 reactors, and 4 drills. So, you see how the drills have doors that line up next to each other?
Yeah.
Those count as connected inventory.
Okay.
So, these 4 cargo containers, each one is connected to the other cargo container right next to it. So, to connect these inventories and those reactors, you just have to run conveyor tubes and connectors to all those doors that you see. And a small conveyor tube, all it needs is interior plates to start being constructed.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
So after I recharge, I'm going to go ahead and assist you there and hook up your conveyor system.
Yeah.
That one, and that one, and that one. Then we'll do that, and that, and that, and that. Oh, I ran out of interior plates. Let's grab these motors while we're at it too. I can't, because my inventory is the size of a walnut.
Yep. That is true.
I mean, I know there are people who would love playing it this way because it's just punishing, but I'm not French.
Yeah, I would not want to dict with that.
Now, that wasn't a racist thing, it's just the designers, a lot of them, I believe, are French, so they're the ones who would design this and want to play it this way.
Too soon, Evan. French terrorism happened today.
It did?
Yeah. Or yesterday or something. Yeah, like 10 French people got killed by extremists in France. There was like three of them that went into some kind of satirical newspaper comic place, and because they depicted the Prophet Muhammad, killed like 10 guys and 2 cops.
Oh, that does suck.
Yep.
I'm not going to express a political opinion either way on that.
Yeah, everything's fucked in that respect. I don't know. I agree.
Yeah, it's messed up. Need construction components. Well, I apologize for my insensitivity of not knowing current events.
I mean, I'm gonna be able to cut this out anyway, so it doesn't matter. I don't care. Well, I mean, I care because I don't want anybody to die, but...
Yeah, I mean, I don't... That's a pretty shitty reason to kill somebody.
Oh, entirely.
But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about it so you don't have to cut so much. You observing?
I am.
Now, one thing that's nice is once you have the stuff in your inventory and you tap whatever you're welding, all the parts are added to that inventory, so another welder can come along and help speed it up.
That is very nice.
Yeah, that was a nice little subtle touch that they did there. So there you go. Now everything that you've built is connected via the conveyor system.
Sweet. Now I need to make a cockpit. I only put one gyroscope on there. I need to probably put another one. Couple, maybe 3.
I'd put at least 2.
Okay.
I mean, this is a very small ship, so you could get away with one and be fine. I'm also going to go ahead and be a little presumptuous and put a antenna on your ship.
Sweet.
Now, me personally, I don't like my antennas to be exposed. How about you?
Not entirely, no. But...
Alright, then I'll stick it right here, which is where I assume is going to be underneath your cockpit. And I ran out. I need computers. One thing the limited inventory does do is it makes sure you do have very little actual parts on you when you are building. So if you die and you can't get back to your body, you don't lose a ton of stuff. By the way, if you have a chance, check out the workshop and see if there's a skybox you really like.
Okay.
Because if there's one you like fall in love with, we can use that one for sure. Because I've just been picking random ones I like to use.
I like this one. It's definitely interesting. It seems like since there are asteroids out there, I mean, I can obviously tell which ones are the actually rendered ones, but at the same time, I don't know, it gives it a fuller feel.
Yeah, I do like that, and I like this a little better than the vanilla one, but of course the vanilla one's been updated too. I just feel like it's too gray. It almost looks like my monitor might be screwing up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I thought I had to readjust my monitor settings because I did just get a new one. But no, it was just a skybox. Okay. So that's a stable platform. Let's go ahead and put your cockpit on there. We need an interior plate. Why do I always need interior plates? 45 left. I can only pick up 36. Is that where you wanted your cockpit?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Alright. Now you need a lot of stuff. Computers, displays. Let's see, what do you have in your inventory? There are 8 displays, some motors, and some computers. Let's grab those. Put those in there. Now we need construction components and bulletproof glass. Uh-oh, looks like I'm gonna have to sacrifice parts of the station again.
Uh-oh.
My beautiful station. Yep, 30 bulletproof glass.
Oh.
I think also next time we do a showcase, I'm going to go ahead and go into refining and assembling, since that'll be easier on one screen and one display.
Okay.
I can always tell when you're messaging someone else. Why did my game just slow down?
Does it do that when I'm messaging somebody?
Yep.
That's weird.
It's probably just because I have a really crappy connection. Okay, so there's only one more part that I think you desperately need other than thrusters, and that is an ore detector. Oops. I think I own your cockpit. Oh, no, I don't. I don't own it. Okay, cool. I'm just allowed to get in it. See if you can get in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we know that ship fuel is critical because we haven't put any fuel in it. So, where would you want to put a ore detector? It's 2 blocks long.
Hell, I don't know. I guess we've got some room on the sides or up on top of these blocks over here. They're these, cargo containers.
Like one on top of one of the cargo containers?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Okay, let's get what we need for that, which I have a large ship version down here on the station. I'm just going to grind that down because I'm lazy. And I'm also going to recharge first. That thing in the middle is the ore detector that I'm sitting against.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Watch your inventory.
Oh, yeah.
Because you won't realize that you didn't have enough until you just see a bunch of parts explode in front of you. And if there isn't a floor beneath it, they'll just go scattering in every which way and you will not get them back. we need a construction component to start this off. So go ahead and place it how you want. You can only place it on the square portion. There you go. We need detector components.
So, say that you didn't have something to salvage. How do you make these like machined parts? Like the detector components or the computer or what have you?
That's through the assembler.
Oh, okay.
The refinery refines the ore into ingots. And then you send them over to your assemblers and tell your assemblers what you want to build. But at least early in the game, especially if you start with a crash ship, you're going to be doing a lot of salvaging.
Alright, now what? We need thrusters?
Yeah, you're going to need, I recommend at least 2 in every direction except the rear, where you put at least 4. What I like about it is it's kind of like looking at a skeleton, you know, or a cutaway at a medical room.
Yeah, I agree.
This is what you look like on the inside.
Yeah, that is pretty neat. Steel plate.
Now I'm gonna. Do you want to be able to land this thing?
I guess. I don't know.
All right, then I'm gonna finish off these landing gear, or at least this landing gear. And once we finish off the rest, you can decide where you want the others. Okay, you're in the inventory screen right now, correct?
Yeah,
You should see a production tab.
I do. Oh, alright. I see.
Yeah, now that's where you go for all the assemblers. I'll just go ahead and quick explain it here. So you see that drop down that says assembler and then a number next to it?
Yes.
If you open that, you can see all the different assemblers that you can access. Now this first screen, where it shows a bunch of different parts, is just the components themselves. These are just components you can build. So, but if you go over here to, there's a tube, there's one that looks like a grinder under blueprints there.
Yes.
That shows you component or things you can build, and you can just straight assemble those in the assembler for your guy to use. Next to that is 3 blocks that form an L.
Okay.
Those are small ship blocks. So if you tell the assembler to build one of those, it'll build all the components you need to make that part.
Oh, alright, that makes sense. So if you started out without a grinder and without any like iron or anything stored up, you wouldn't be able to do anything in the game.
Right. It'd be very hard. They always start you out with a welder and a grinder at least, and a drill. They're not that punishing.
Yeah, that'd be terrible.
Yeah, and then of course the one block that's taking up the whole screen, that's large ship blocks. That's normally where I do most of my building, is from those two, because why would you want to build individual components when you can just build every component you need for the part you want? If you hit Control left click, it'll build, I believe, 10. If you hit Shift left click, it'll build 100 of whatever that part is. Yep.
Wow, it is doing that.
Now, if you didn't want those, you see how they go into that inventory of Assembler 14?
Yeah.
You can go to the Disassemble tab and disassemble them all. And it'll turn them back into their parts. So if you have things that you don't actually need, but you want their resources, you're not stuck with those components.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, they made it pretty convenient, I think, overall. It's gotten better and better over time. Oh, have you checked out any of those YouTube channels I mentioned?
No, I haven't been on the computer that much lately. I've been doing too much holiday crap.
Yeah, I hear you there. Oh yeah, you can't put those in an arc furnace. Okay, so we want to make sure none of your thrusters stick out past the drills. We need thruster components.
I need large steel tube.
We got plenty of thruster components. Finishing up those first 2 rear thrusters here. Actually, you've got a perfect setup for 4 rear thruster or 3 rear thrusters here. Just need a construction component. Got it.
Alright.
Okay, so we have rear thrust. And let's start. Put stuff back in here. What are you thinking so far of this?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I feel more engaged in this mode because I have to kind of work for what I'm building.
Yeah, it's actually amazing. I started my own solo survival again, a new one, last night, and I got much farther than I thought I would, but it's also much later than I thought it was, too, when I went to bed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How many on each side should I have?
At least one. I'd put probably 2.
Okay.
Now, the one thing about where you put this guy here, if you notice, he's sticking way out past where that drill is. Now, it's not a big problem because you're building a surface miner, like you said, but it may not quite work if you want to do a tunneler.
Yeah, I imagine there'd be some clipping.
Yeah, it would end up getting stuck in the asteroid. What all do we still need? Construction components, thruster components, and steel plates. I'll grab the thruster components, okay?
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna grab everything after I'm done laying out where they're at really quick. All right, you got the ones for the front on there.
Yeah.
And then we'll just put how many for the up and down?
At least the same as the sides, at least 2.
2, yeah.
Now, once you get farther into the game, you'll get a feel for how many you think you need. Now, if you notice, you don't always need every single part it says to get the thing functioning.
Yeah, that's what I thought was pretty neat.
It just means that, it's not going to be as durable. Steel plates. I do hope they update the thrusters. I mean, I've learned to work with them, but I think honestly they could look a little cooler.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I also think it'd be nice if you could somehow make it to where you could say that you didn't plan your ship that well. I mean, I guess you could grind out one of the armor blocks and put it in there, but it'd be nice if you could set the thruster into an existing armor block, since essentially it's kind of what it is on the far side of it.
That's not a bad idea. I like that. Kind of like how currently with camera blocks they extend into the block behind them.
Yeah, yeah.
Ran out of steel plates. Coming right along. Oh God, 2% energy left. I was not paying attention. All right, Frank, come over here. Frank, stop it. You have so much to live for. I don't know why he did that.
Yeah, how many energy in here? I know.
You may notice I'm doing kind of a ballet with drones right now.
What are you trying to do?
I'm going to grab my one drone with my other drone. So that way, if we start grinding parts off this drone, it won't run away, or won't float away. There we go. So now Archie is holding Frank in place. This is just in case we have to salvage anything else.
Yeah. Alright. Well, in the interest of time, let's try to get this going.
Okay. Well, you have everything you need to actually make it run. The only thing left would be to put armor on it. Armor it up how you want. Like, do you want to put an armor shell over it?
Nah, not really. Doesn't matter at this point.
Well, let's try and pretty up just a little bit, because that's really all we have left.
Alright.
So I'm going to grab some blocks here. If you don't mind, I'll do some sculpting.
Yeah, go for it.
So let's see, what would make you pretty? I shouldn't say that. I should say I'm a man. I should say I'm aesthetically pleasing. There we go. I don't need a drill. Now, one thing I'm kind of glad they have, and I kind of wish they'd put in at the same time, is it doesn't matter how your ship is placed or where your thrusters are. It's not going to affect performance. So one thruster facing up at the very nose is still going to push the whole ship down uniformly.
Oh, yeah, instead of pushing the nose down itself.
Mm-hmm. Part of me likes that, and part of me wants to see the whole directional thrusters matter where they're placed. But on some designs, that would just be unworkable. So see what I'm doing there?
Yeah.
Doesn't look too bad. I'm not going to probably finish it, because that would take too long. But I'll do one side, because I still have to show you how to get this thing running. Actually, this is now moving pretty fast now that you're welding. Oops. I've misplaced a block.
Oh, I see.
So that's supposed to be this guy. Actually, at the speed we're moving, we're going to have the shell done in no time. Teamwork!
Yes.
See, that doesn't look too bad.
No, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
Shaped blocks always take a little longer to place. Ah, damn it. Did it again. Okay, neat. Both sides aren't going to look identical, but hey, it's survival. We don't have mirroring. Just finishing off the bottom now. And if we cared more, I'd put 2 more landing gear on here.
Well, we don't care.
Okay, so now we just have to power her up. So, how are we going to do that?
Well,
If you notice, we did not put a connector on here. So we can't just connect her to an inventory of a larger ship.
no.
But
So,
you can move things through its connected inventory.
yeah.
But for a conveyor network to work, it needs power. So to get fuel to the reactors on the inside, we have to power it up. So to do that, we just need to build an exterior reactor. So let's get some steel plates and some construction components and build one small reactor on the outside that we're going to grind down immediately as soon as we have some fuel in her. So metal grid, large steel tube, reactor components. And we're out of reactor components. How did that
Uh-oh.
happen? Oh, I'm sorry, Frank. I need your bits. Oh, inventory's full. Oh, look at this. Archie came and saved the day. We don't need his parts. I forgot we had parts in the welder ship. I'm sorry, Frank. We grinded you for no apparent reason. We just dug into your side because we're forgetful.
Oh,
Construction components. Reactors need so much. It's like they're important or something.
yeah. You might want one. I don't know.
You want a reactor?
You might want one. I don't know.
Go off the grid.
It depends on if you want your ship to run or not, I guess.
You know what's sad is the solar panels are not efficient for actually moving ships. I mean, they're great for ships that are idle. But ships under power, I haven't been able to build one that I actually enjoy flying, that relies just on solar panels.
Is it too slow?
Yeah. It's not that, they just can't power the systems well enough. Okay, so now we just need some uranium, which I'm going to take some out of the reactors here because they have buckets load of it. There we go. So to get this guy started, I put a little bit of uranium in this reactor we just built. Barely anything. That powers the ship up, and then I feed it into the drill. I use the drill here and feed it into the small cargo containers, and the rest of the reactors will automatically pull that fuel from the conveyor system into them.
Yep, there it goes.
And then I empty this external one and grind her back down. Oh, you see how it's flashing there?
Yeah.
That's letting you know that somebody is currently hacking or grinding that part of your ship. Oops. And now I need more fuel, but your ship's ready to go. Okay, go ahead and hit I real quick.
Alright.
And go into your menu and group all your drills together. So just,
Okay.
make sure they're all highlighted and put them in a group. And then go back to your, the main menu there, where you would from flying the ship.
Yeah.
Hit K. Or G, sorry, hit G. And go to groups. And you should see your drill group there.
Yep.
Go ahead and drag that to your bar, and it'll ask you for an action, and I would select the on-off action. That way you just have to hit that key once. You don't have to hold the button down to keep your drills going.
Ah! I drilled myself.
Yep, you'll do that. It hurts.
It says seek medical attention immediately.
Alright, you ready to take her out?
I sure am.
Okay, I have to say, it's worlds better looking than the last ship you built.
Yes.
No question.
How do I get back into first person view?
V.
Okay, I figured it out.
And actually, I'm really curious to watch you use this thing, because I have no idea what those drills are going to do. Alright, go ahead and pick your asteroid, and I'll follow after you.
Start on a tiny one.
Now, as you get closer, are you seeing things on your ore detector?
Yep.
Awesome. Now, uranium is black, like this stuff right here.
Yeah, I can see it right down in there. Huh.
Let's go ahead and see what these drills can do. I should have put a light on the front of you. Well, they certainly seem effective.
Yeah, I just see chunks of stuff flying out into space.
Are you hitting right or left button?
Huh?
Are you hitting the left button or the right button? Oh wait, never mind. You're hitting on off because I
Yeah.
told you to. No, there will be some ore loss no matter what. But
Okay.
if you hit I, you should see in your inventory it's filling up.
Yep. It's
Now you only put the small cargo containers on there. The small cargo containers actually have less cargo space than the space marine or space engineer does. Why do I keep on wanting to call him a space engineer or marine?
cool. Well, I finally built something.
Oh God! Ow!
Did you fly into it?
You burned me. Your thruster.
Oh no.
Thrust.
Alright, that's pretty cool, Evan.
And actually, those drills do really well.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
impressed.
kind of surprised too, and I like how small they are. Definitely a space saver if you want to build something tiny like this.
Hmm. Yeah, you've actually filled up your inventories pretty much, almost all of them completely now. Your ship's now full
Whee!
because you've only got the small cargo containers and the small drills.
Yeah.
So that's the basics of survival. Other than, why don't we, one last thing, we'll go over to the refinery, dump what you got in that thing into the refinery.
Okay.
By the way, I'm really getting into building things where you can see all the components through glass.
That's
Just
cool.
look. Not very structurally sound, but
Alright, so I don't have a connector, so how do we do this?
so you're going to want to land as close on one of these platforms over here, like this one here. See the camo paint? That means it's heavy armor, so it can resist your thrusters.
Okay.
Go ahead and put her down. And you can hit P now to lock your landing gear. Yep. And you don't want to turn her off, because if you turn her off, we won't be able to use the conveyor system. Alright, so go ahead and see the doors next to the drills. On
Yeah.
the drills, we can access the inventory through here.
Okay.
And we just start grabbing ore until our inventories are full, and run them over here. Which actually, the refineries are below us, so we take this door down. Yeah, you can move them into any of the refineries. The arc furnaces can take iron, though. Their arc furnaces go through iron really fast.
Ah.
They also go through cobalt and nickel, I believe, really fast too. So we just start sticking stone and uranium and whatever we got in there. Now, if you just put the ore into the inventory of the ship, into any of its cargo containers, if the refineries have room inside them to grab it, they will, and just start
Ooh.
refining it automatically.
Okay.
Now, that's a feature you can turn off in case you wanted to only refine what you tell it to.
That's interesting that you can hear it turn on too.
Yeah, I always like that feature. It makes it feel like it's really doing the work.
Yeah, it adds a sense of immersion to it for sure.
Okay, so now we have plenty of things built or refining. Now again, if you wanted to, let's go ahead and say we wanted to build an antenna. So you go over to one of the assemblers and go to the production tab. And say it's a small ship antenna. So you go to the small ship blocks and go down to the menu until you find antenna.
Alright.
Where are you, you little thing? There it is. And just left click it. And it'll build everything you need for an antenna.
Pretty cool.
So there we go. That is all the basics. Other than, of course, going out and raiding cargo ships.
Yeah. Alright. Well, thanks for showing me this stuff. That's awesome. This
Not a
definitely gave new life to the game for me. Like, I like the idea of creative mode, but I like this a lot better.
Yeah, creative mode is really good. Like, if you have an idea and you want to work it out, like a concept you want to develop.
Yeah.
But really, it's all about, for me too, it's all about the survival. So again, I would check out Last Stand Gamers or Video Sage's YouTube channels right now. They are starting their 3rd season of Space Engineer Survival.
Alright.
And it's looking to get pretty cool.
I'll check that out, and as always, you can find the rest of our videos on our YouTube page, youtube.com/pixelspm, or visit the website, pixelspm.com. And
Also, stay in tune because we will be doing ship showcases where we walk around different ships that we've created and that we'll put on the workshop for you to enjoy.
yeah, I think we'll be doing that sometime next week.
Now, Shane, are you going to want to put your little miner ship on the workshop?
Maybe. I need to refine this design.
I don't know. I mean, it works really well for a beginner ship. The only thing you'd really want to add is, a way to connect it. But I'm not going to get into that because I could... Yeah, never mind.
Go all night with
that
that,
next time. Or no, we won't do that next time because we're starting survival in earnest.
Yep.
I'll get that map squared away for us.
Alright, sounds good. I'm gonna head and call it a night, so that's it for tonight's survival test.
Alright. Thank you all.